There is no denying that we all have an underlying fear, or at the very least, an unnerving anticipation or expectation of being judged by other people, especially in this age of online personal branding. For some reason, we allow vast amounts of people to infiltrate our lives and be a part of our lives, even though we have no clue about who they are. On the other hand, we also secretly and undeniably require both validation and affirmation from other people. We are social creatures that have this underlying need or requirement to receive moral support from others to further reassure ourselves and to deepen our bond with them. Our fear of judgment also comes along with our need for acknowledgement. We are willing to risk exposing our characters, personalities, and lives altogether to juggle the probability of receiving the latter instead of the former. Or rather, we delusionally think that we are only deserving of validation and acknowledgement, not of judgments, criticisms, and ridicule from others. This is where our problem lies. Our chronic fear of being judged and criticized is severely disconnected or disassociated with our delusional entitlement for validation and acknowledgement. We think that they don't come together hand in hand. We think that we are only deserving of one and not the other, just like how we think we are only deserving of pleasure and peace rather than pain and chaos. We refuse to accept the existence of the rough and unpleasant side of the stick. We think we can just break it in half and separate the two, just like we would to our outdated broomstick. Unfortunately, in life, the stick we are presented with is not made out of wood, it's made out of reality, and reality doesn't break, it simply reveals. As a result of this inability to accept that we will be judged, criticized, and even ridiculed by people, no matter who we are, we become emotionally defensive, or worse, autonomously submissive. To desperately and helplessly convert some of those judgments into validations, we become weak and agreeable individuals who face and deal with the judgments of people with a passive-aggressive attitude. We are so afraid and avoidant of conflict that we are willing to sacrifice our dignity to maintain peace, to the point where we express our unpleasantness, guilt, and regret for being the person that we are. So bad can this be, that we even start to feel and believe that we are the physical embodiment of all the disapproval and hate that we receive. We try so hard to be liked by apologizing for everything different and unique about us, just to desperately earn some disingenuous approval, which most of the time we know is just blatant disregard. Now, this usually originates from a suboptimal background, whereby our parents very rarely ever gave us any form of encouragement or acknowledgement during our adolescent years, to the point where it escalates into us being chronically desperate for something as we reach our adulthood, leading us to doubt ourselves and our capabilities, undermining or even overlooking our strengths by disregarding our worth as individuals. This is how we eventually try to hopelessly earn others' approval by trying to live our lives on their terms, just because our parents wouldn't give us the approval that we need, despite doing everything that they said when we were obedient children. It's a behavioral pattern that escalates further, especially if we are also not taught or encouraged to both think and behave independently for ourselves as fully functioning adults with critical thinking. You must fully realize that you are not obligated to live your life on other people's terms, and you have every right in the world to live your life on your terms. People do not care about the state and quality of your life as much as you think they do or hope they would. So don't get into the trap of trying to get them to like you by doing what they think is best for you. They don't think like you do, they don't live like you do, and they don't understand you as much as you do. You are only going to sacrifice, or worse, waste your potential by trying to live for the sake of other people's perception of you, because they'll never be satisfied anyway. They will always have something to pick on you and judge about you. So why bother trying to fulfill their needs and agendas? You'll never succeed. You must learn to not lie to yourself. Start to think and decide for yourself, and realize that your evolution and growth matter way more to you than trying to earn pretentious approval from people just so you can feel slightly better about yourself. Every single one of us is born with a uniquely distinct chemical manifestation, gifted with our bespoke design. We all have our own unique set of tastes, preferences, inclinations, interests, curiosities, and sensitivities. Your differences and uniqueness as an individual are all necessary components of human existence and evolution. Trying to discard them, or be otherwise than them, is dishonoring your very own independent, functioning, and purposeful existence as a human being. Pushing and revealing their potential in you is how you eventually realize your worth as an individual and earn the approval that you deserve through respect and admiration, while also attracting all the criticisms that will inevitably come with your differences. You will always have those who dislike you because you are not meant to get along and gel with everyone you encounter. You're not meant to inspire and entertain everyone that you meet, because both your existence and intentions will always be perceived differently by everyone, since they look at you and the world through their subjective lens. It is how things are supposed to be. It's how reality is. Some will like you. Some will hate you. Even God has his fair share of haters. A lot of them. Being unapologetic for who you are is a combination of realizing your unique strengths, potential, and place as an individual in this world, and understanding that no matter how much you want them to, people are not responsible and will never be responsible for your life. Because of that, they have no right to forcibly dictate how you should live your life. They don't pay your bills, do they? So why should you give in to their demands? They have the right to judge you, criticize you, and ridicule you all they want, but you also have the right to not listen to them, ask for their permission to do anything, and move on with your life just the way you like it and want it to be. Which, let's be honest, only you have a clear answer for, and not any of them will ever do. Thank you for watching.